Let's now begin talking about the Peachtree Ridge High School registration process. It's important to be able to know where to be able to find information about high school registration, and that can be found on our 8th grade website at northbrookms.org under the Academics tab, and then the 8th grade page. We have linked the Peachtree Ridge Freshman Book. The Freshman Book looks like this document. It's available in PDF form on our website. There's a really important page inside the Peachtree Ridge Freshman Book, and that is the high school registration form, the registration template. It's on page 10, and it looks a little bit like this on the right-hand side of your screen. So it's important to have that document available for you. Just to quickly recap our timeline for registration. Students received their freshman books on December 4th, 2020, and we're going to begin the registration process when we return from the winter break in January, from January 7th to January 15th. Teachers will be making placement recommendations for students in math, language arts, science, and social studies. There will be a parent meeting that will be held at Peachtree Ridge High School. It's actually going to be in a video format, so parents can watch that video from the comfort of their home, and that will be pushed out on January 13th. I also want parents to be aware that beginning in February 1st through the 5th, students will be able to register for their elective choices. So knowing what the elective choices are, what are available to freshmen, is a really important thing to take a look at. And then on February the 8th, course verification will be available in the E-Class Student View. It won't be available, unfortunately, in the Parent Portal, but it will be available in the Student E-Class Portal under the Student View tab. There is a handout on our website that looks like this document here on the right-hand side that has a printable version of these dates if you'd like to add those to your refrigerator. And there's also direct contact information for Ms. Jones and myself. Ms. Jones is the counselor here in 8th grade, and I'm the 8th grade assistant principal. There's also some information about how to get in touch with the Freshman Academy advisors at Peachtree Ridge High School. So let's begin talking about core classes. 9th grade students are required to take 4 classes their freshman year. They're going to have to take language arts, they're going to have to take math, they're going to have to take science, and then in order to meet their state graduation requirement, they're going to have to take health and PE their freshman year. Now, geography is highly recommended, and our staff here at Northbrook Middle School are going to register students for a social studies class. Students need to have 3 social studies classes to meet their graduation requirement. They need to have world history, U.S. history, and then a semester each of government and economics. But the world geography is an important precursor to those classes, and so we're going to go ahead and sign students up for that class. What is important to understand about the core registration process is that teachers are the ones who are making the placement decisions for the rigor level of core classes. So we're going to get into this now. In order to understand the rigor level of each class, it's important to understand how Gwinnett County Public Schools has divided the rigor. All Gwinnett County Public School students will take college prep classes, and that is the rigorous curriculum that Gwinnett County has vetted through the GEMS process. It takes the state standards and puts them through the Gwinnett County Public School vetting process. And so that is a rigorous core curriculum. On the left, college prep, also known as CP. You'll hear classes referred to as CP classes. And so that is the rigorous course level for all of our Gwinnett County students. Now, there are some exceptions to that. Some of our students will be recommended to take honors level classes, and honors classes are taking the college prep curriculum and applying it to students who have already demonstrated that they've mastered a prerequisite level of knowledge or a prerequisite level of skill to allow them to go much faster and or much deeper into the curriculum. So honors classes at Peachtree Ridge High School are accelerated classes, and so it's the same curriculum, but it's being taught at an accelerated pace and depth. It's important to understand, parents, that Peachtree Ridge blends honors with its gifted courses. So many of our gifted students here at Northbrook will be placed into honors classes, and many of our high achieving students who are not in the gifted program will be put into honors level classes. There is an additional rigor divide, and that is the advanced placement level. Advanced placement classes are classes that are created by an institution known as the College Board, and the College Board has created a curriculum and a summative assessment that measures students' performance in particular classes. These are taught at the college level. So instead of the high school level curriculum like college prep or honors, this is a college curriculum. If students are able to score a 3 out of a 5-point scale or better, most colleges will provide college credit or allow them to skip entry-level college classes. For example, for students who take the U.S. History AP exam, they oftentimes are able to exempt their freshman intro core classes at the University of Georgia or Kennesaw State. They don't have to take U.S. History. They can then move into that prerequisite or into the secondary course that's above that entry-level freshman class, which is great. Saves students and parents money on tuition and allows students to bolster their resume when they're applying to colleges, because it shows that they are taking advanced college level classes already and performing well. So to help you understand what the recommendations will be for freshmen in the core area classes, let's take a look at this diagram. Our language arts teachers are going to be recommending students for college prep language arts. Some of our students will be recommended for an honors or gifted language arts, shown in the second column. There is no advanced placement option for language arts. There is a note here about Spire and LEAP, and I'm going to pause on that just for a second, okay? Science, our students will be recommended for biology, although there is a honors gifted biology, which is an accelerated curriculum. And there's also a chemistry, which is for our most advanced students who will take chemistry in 9th grade, and then they'll move into AP, that advanced placement biology, in 10th grade. So that is an incredibly accelerated curriculum with a lot of rigor. So some of our students will be interested in the Spire program at Peachtree Ridge. Spire is an integrated language arts and biology course. We're going to talk about it in a little bit more depth here in a second. But I just want you to know that that is the language arts component of the Spire biology is taught at the honors level. Our students will be recommended for social studies, and in social studies there are actually 3 rigor choices. Our teachers are going to make recommendations for world geography at the college prep level, the honors gifted level, and then some of our most accelerated social studies students will be recommended for advanced placement human geography, which is a year-long course. It will take up 2 segments on the course registration form. And some of our students will choose to take a semester of AP Human Geography and a semester of AP Environmental Science to get 2 AP classes their freshman year, and that'll take up, again, 2 choices on their schedule. And then at math, there is no college prep honors or AP in the freshman math curriculum. Instead, there is Algebra 1 geometry and accelerated geometry. So many of our students who are currently taking the 8th grade algebra will be recommended for Algebra 1. Students who are currently taking Algebra 1 will either be asked to repeat that course again to give them a high GPA and a high level of understanding when they take it again at the high school. And some of our students who are performing very well in Algebra 1 this year with us in 8th grade will be recommended for geometry. Our students who are currently taking Accelerated Algebra 1 with Ms. Keys will be asked to take Accelerated Geometry so that they can go ahead and complete that course. Again, if you take Accelerated Algebra 1 at Northbrook and take Accelerated Geometry your freshman year, what you've actually done is taken all of Algebra 1, all of Geometry, and all of Algebra 2 in a 2-year window. So that moves incredibly fast and is incredibly rigorous. So those are the choices. For more information about sequencing, these are the freshman options here in this first column. This information is shown on the core class pages in the freshman book on pages 11, 12, 13, and 14. You can see the sequence here. So if a student takes Algebra 1 as a freshman, they'll then move into Geometry as a 10th grader, Algebra 2 as an 11th grader, and Pre-Calculus as a senior. So it kind of shows the progression and the vertical sequencing for each of the core level classes that students will take at Peachtree Ridge High School. So it's a really nice diagram, not only to understand what your freshman choices are, but how that then translates into 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade courses. So just please pay close attention to those sequencing. Teachers will be making this core recommendation, but it will have an impact on the classes that students will continue to take at Peachtree Ridge High School. So our teachers are going to recommend students for classes. And so on the Page 10 of the freshman book, there is a registration template, and that template is something that we've always used in the past. We've made that form in quadruplicate, and we have sent home copies of what teachers have signed students up for. We are not going to be able to do that this year just because of the coronavirus, and we don't want papers going back and forth. But we will be able to communicate this to parents so that you'll know what teachers signed them up for. In this particular example, this student was recommended for all college prep classes: college prep language arts, college prep biology, the Algebra 1 course, and college prep geography. This is what the majority of our students will get. Notice here on the bottom left, they've also been signed up for Intro to Personal Fitness and Health, which is the state graduation requirement. All freshmen will take that. And so this student has 4 core classes and the required PE and health. So 5 classes have now been signed up for. So to get a little bit more understanding about LEAP and Spire, I want to be able to explain that there is some choice on that core portion of the freshman template. Students who want to take a kind of a traditional language arts, they want to have it in one semester and be done with it, then teachers will sign them up for college prep or honors language arts. But some of our students will want to read and write about science, and so the Spire program may be a good fit for them. It's project-based, it's hands-on. Students will build projects in a collaborative environment, and they will read and write about science in the language arts integrated biology course. So this may be a good fit. There's a video that's linked here. It's also available on our website if you want to take a little bit more look at Spire. For students who like business and are interested in entrepreneurship, LEAP may be a good fit for them. Here, in this example, Language Arts is partnered with a marketing course. So what students will read and write about is business, as opposed to science. So this is a year-long course. In the fall and the spring, they'll take Language Arts, and it will be paired with marketing so students can get more experience in the art of business and how to read and write in that environment. On pages 15, 16, and 17, there's more information about what LEAP and Spire are like. You can get a little bit more information on this language arts crosswalk on page 15. And then pages 16 and 17 have some vertical progressions to show you what the LEAP pathway looks like at Northbrook, or at Peachtree Ridge, and what the Spire pathway looks like at Peachtree Ridge. So on the bottom half of the registration form, the registration template on page 10, there's going to be an elective opportunity for our students to be able to pick what they like. So if in this example, we have 5 credits that were occupied by teacher recommendation at the top half of the sheet, that only left 3 elective choices for students. Because remember, at Peachtree Ridge, students will take 8 courses. So when this top half gets filled up, it opens up a number of courses here at the bottom. So students will have 3 choices for the most part that they'll take. Sometimes students will have fewer choices because they'll choose to take an advanced placement social studies. Or they may have more choices if they choose to take PE and health over the summer. That's a $500 fee to be able to do that, but it does free up an extra elective. So students will choose the 3 core elective classes. They'll also choose 3 electives at the bottom. So we're going to ask our students to pick 6 electives that they're interested in. Notice that some electives, as indicated by this 36-week mark, are year-long classes, so they take up 2 spots on this sheet. So in the previous example, a student had 5 classes up here, and they choose to take one of these 36-week courses. That's 5, 6, 7 if they want to take chorus, and then they only have 1 other open slot to take digital technology. So please pay close attention to that when you're looking for elective choices. Peachtree Ridge does not recommend that students take their freshman year a foreign language. Foreign language classes are as rigorous as math, language arts, science, and social studies, and Peachtree Ridge does recommend that freshmen wait until their sophomore year to take those. However, some of our students are ready, and foreign language may be a choice for you. To get more information on the elective choices that are available to freshmen, please take a look at pages 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22, where it describes the choices. There is a page that's titled Freshman Electives, and it refers to pathways. I believe that's on page 18 of the freshman book. Please disregard that page. We need to take that page out. It's been very confusing for our students. But these pages here that have these particular titles, these course descriptions, are really important pages to read and then choose 6 electives for the spring when we come back in January and February to be able to register for. We'll get a little bit more into Carnegie credits in May of 2021, but I just want to plant this seed. Please be aware that we are going to ask parents and students to let us know if they want to accept credit for classes they're currently taking at Northbrook that are at the high school level. All right, and so I just want to leave my information here on the screen. If you want to get in touch with me, my email address is here. Miss Jones in the 8th grade office can also help.